Good evening. My name is Daphne Townsend. I will be informing you guys on bullying. The name of my speech is I'm so very afraid. And with my purpose tonight, I would like to meet the goals that after hearing this speech, everyone have a clear idea and know the importance of bullying. First and foremost, I would start out by asking you, do you know what bullying is? Does anyone know what bullying is? What is bullying?
Being mean. When people, like, when you do something, they being mean to you.
Being mean, when people are being mean, and when people are doing things to you, plays a part in bullying. It's basically malicious intent. I know that's a big word you quite understand, but you all summed it up to the point where you understand it. And it is where people are being mean and doing things to you to the state of mind that it interferes with your thinking and your ability of day to day living. So, I've chosen this topic because I have children that attend schools, and each year statistics is showing that over 70% of students are being faced with bullying that has modulated in a 30-year period. So, do you think bullying and name calling is the same thing? Is calling people names and bullying, are they the same?
No. Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. And also, we'll learn about the impacts of bullying and the statistical aspects of bullying. Okay. Bullying and name calling. You all think they are the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We all have been guilty of calling someone a name, right? I've been guilty of name calling. Sometimes I still find myself calling names. So, we all have been guilty of calling names. Uh, once name calling, though, and verbal, which is verbal, that means it comes from the mouth. When you verbally call a person a name, it's not the same as actually bullying them. Name calling and bullying are has a very thin line.
Can we go this way?
You can. It has a very thin line of being the same. Because once you call a person name, but bullying is persistent. That's the difference. Bullying is just continuous. We usually when we call a person name, when we get that name out of our system, that's different. That's different. Once you call a person by name. So when you call a person a name and bullying is you just continuously you call them names, you might hit on them, or you might take personal things that belong to them that are dear to them, and you just make a child afraid. Basically, is what you're doing.
Selfish.
You're being selfish, very selfish. Okay. So, we also have slander plays a part in the bullying and name calling. And slander is just saying things or telling things on a person that is not true. You all have heard of rumors, right? So, rumors and slander plays a part in bullying as well. Okay, you've heard of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is our top number one type of bullying that is taking effect. And this is simply the bullying that is going on through social networking as like internet, Facebook. We all know about Facebook. People get on these social networks and they'll post things about a person, talking about them, saying things that hurt them, and just making slanders. Some things are true and some things are not true. So we have to be very careful because we don't want to have to suffer from bullying, right? We don't want anyone to bully us. So kids may tease us or they make silly names, but that's just the typical child. But if it continues to go on, be persistent and it modulates to a higher level. They start making bruises on your head, on you, taking things, or just continuously just saying bad things about you, and it's messing with your feelings, then that's when the problem comes on, and you feel low, have low self-esteem, and just feel like you just doesn't matter. So bullying can take place in different places at school. Do you all know, or can you tell me any place at school that you think bullying can take place in?
Classroom.
Classroom.
Cafeteria.
The cafeteria.
Bathroom.
Bathrooms. Playgrounds. Just different hallways. Just passing by or changing classes. Bullying takes place there as well. Do you think adults, by being older than children, are they exempt from bullying because of their being older?
No.
No, they are not. So adults are affected with bullying as well in their workplace by people, that stalk them. People that stalk them, that means they just follow them from place to place, and they really just have no consolation for themselves. So that's called cyber stalking or cyber harassment. That means that you call a person on the phone, you hang up, or you call them and tell them, if I see you going such and such, I'm going to meet you there, and either I'm going to take your car, I'll beat you up, or that's cyber harassment. But statistics show that more kids are being bullied than adults. So, and you're more liable to be bullied between the grades 6 through 10. And they have a greater chance as bullying. That's more like, it's still elementary, right? But that's more junior high. More junior high, grade 6 through 10. So the entire country, that means the whole United States of America, has 30% students involved in some type of bullying. And 77% of those students, which is over half, that's closer to 100 than it is to 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's over half of us that suffer from verbal and mental abuse just from bullying. And there's 80% of high school students that are suffering through social networks. So we already talked about that through the internet, Facebook. Now we have all this access through our cell phones. We don't have to wait till we get home to, post something. We can go on and text and, say what we got to say about a person. But research has studied bullying, and they found that bullying comes from a person that is searching for power. They want to feel good about themselves in some kind of way. And here they're making themselves feel good about themselves by tearing the next person down, making them feel as though they are nothing or no one. So a person that we see or that is liable for bullying are sometimes caught in fights. They steal, they vandalize, they smoke, they drink, and have poor grades, and they even might carry a weapon. That could be a knife, a gun, anything that is part of a weapon.
Kill.
Yeah. Impact of being bullied is the number one depression. So anybody that is suffering from bullying, the first thing that you'll see on them, usually, don't mean always, but is depression. And depression means that they have no get up and go about themselves. They just look like they're just down all the time. There's no happy days. You never see a smile on their face. They're just depressed. And they have health problems. They have low self-esteem. They think nothing of themselves. And some signs that we should look out for, because of this being such a high and growing thing, we really need to look out for observing like our friends and stuff. They have a certain change of behavior. You know that Ashley is your best friend, and she's always happy and she's always cheerful. And now Ashley just seems like she just don't care about herself. it's just whatever, and actually just droops around and comes up with unexpected bruises. You ask her, how you get that bruise on your face? Or what happened to your arm? And she can't tell you, or she makes a bogus story and it doesn't make sense. Ashley could very well be a victim of bullying. And suicide today, it's really taking a toll on kids. They're taking their lives because of this, the very aspect of being bullied. Is that's the leading cause of death among children under the age of 14. And here they call that bullycide. You know, we call suicide, homicide. You've heard that on the crime shows. Bullycide is just when an individual takes his or her life with the results of being bullied. So, with that being said, in closing, I hope you all have enjoyed listening to me on being bullied and you have found some enlightening information. And remember that if you see anyone that's being bullied, or if you are a bully yourself, seek help. Talk to your parents, your teachers, your principals, or whomever you find, your guidance counselors. You can confide in because it is a serious thing. Thanks for listening.